Welcome, friends. Welcome to the AWS AI Practitioner series, your clear, practical guide to understanding artificial intelligence on AWS. In each episode, we'll break down key AI concepts, explore AWS services, and connect the dots between theory and real world applications. And here's the best part. With every topic we cover, you will get exam style questions and answers drawn from the same concepts you will see in the actual AWS Certified AI Practitioner exam. That means you are not just learning, you are actively participating to pass and preparing to pass. So, whether you are aiming for certification or simply curious about how AI works in the AWS ecosystem, you are in the right place. Let's dive in and make AI simple, actionable, and ready for you to use. So that is the first thing is generative AI, and we are hearing every day. So what is generative AI? So generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence that doesn't just analyze data, it creates the new content. So it can write text, generate images, compose music, or even produce code, all based on patterns it learned from massive data sets. So if you see this picture here, uh, in this AI powered learning system, the students connect through a smart interface that delivers personalized lessons. So, behind the scenes for these lessons, an AI assistant adapts content. Here you can see AI assistant that tracks progress with this and stores the knowledge. So, teachers get real time insights about their own interface, helping them guide each learner more effectively. So, at the core, generative AI keeps the knowledge base fresh, creating new and tailored materials. So, learning is always relevant, engaging, and up to date. So, what generative AI is doing here? It is creating the new content whenever it's needed. So, now we need to know at the core of generative AI what are the things. The core of generative AI is foundation models. So now what is foundation model? A foundation model is a large scale AI model trained on diverse data sets. So it can be text, images, audio, code, and it can adapt it for wide range of downstream tasks. So here, uh, these models can be adapted to countless tasks without starting from scratch. So what it do? So the main thing is these all generative AI systems rely on a foundation model to produce new data. That is the first key points of foundation model. Then is training scope, trained on vast multimodal data sets to learn patterns and relationships. And cost is development can require tens of millions of dollars in compute and resources. So if you try to understand that what is foundation model, think them as a giant. So it's a pre-trained AI brain that every generative AI system depends on to create new content, whether it's text, image, or audio or code. And this model, like I mentioned here, that these models can be trained on massive and multimodal data sets. Multimodal means what? This word you will see it in the exam also. Multimodal means it can be of any type. It can be of multiple types. It can be text, images, audio, and many more. So a good example is a foundation model is a GPT-4o. You can see this OpenAI GPT-4o. It is the actual power of ChatGPT. So big players like OpenAI, Meta, Amazon, Google, Anthropic, so these all are creating their they have already created their foundation models, and AWS also provides the way. So I'll show you in the next slide how it can provide the way to use those foundation models. You can see the snippet. We are giving any input. So any input data, it can be text, images, anything, and the foundation model is in the center, which is generating this output. Okay, so clear. So these are generative AI and foundation model. Now, how AWS has adapted it? So AWS has adapted these things in AWS Amazon Bedrock. So which is built on Gen AI. So now What is the benefit that you will get with that Bedrock? It's fully managed. So you do not need to maintain any underlying infrastructure. So no servers you need to set up. AWS is completely responsible for managing the infra. Data control, your data stays yours. So whatever the data you will pass or you will give it in prompting, that will not be stored in Bedrock. So this will not. So this is a very important topic that people or client used to ask, that about the data security. So that is absolutely, you need to keep it in your mind that this Bedrock or any of these LLMs will not store your data. Okay. And here the main benefit, the pay cost, here you will pay per use, only pay what you generate. If you are generating an image, so you will pay only for that image. If you are generating a text, you will pay, I will tell you in our next slides or in our next videos that what is token. So based on token, you can pay for text. So it has unified APIs. It can access multiple models through a single or consistent APIs. It has built-in features. Amazon Bedrock has built-in features like RAG. I'll come to you later. What is RAG? That retrieval augmented generation. Just for this starting purpose, you just need to know that Bedrock has the features of RAG. It's again LLM agents, embedding, and more, and it has enterprise grade security. So in AWS, if you are familiarized with AWS or any cloud platform, so encryption, IAM, compliance, governance, responsible AI, all these things are needed to maintain the security in any cloud system. And along with that, we are now on AI. So the main purpose of AI that is coming today is that it can be mishandled, right? So governance and compliance and how to use it. So responsible AI safeguards. So these become very important. So how AWS is doing that, we need to know those things. But for now, Bedrock has all those features inbuilt, and rapid prototyping to production, that quickly you can test ideas, scale them globally without re-architecting. So we can use these foundation models that the Anthropic Claude or AI-21 Labs build or Meta Llama build or Amazon Titan build. So we can use these Bedrock models. All these models are available in Bedrock. You can just choose and we can use it, and we can customize it as per our use. Now, the approaches to customizing these foundation models. So, what are the approaches? And before going to this, you can get multiple questions in the actual exam from this concept. So, I will show you the questions also. You can get question and answers after this slide. So, you will get what are the uh, questions that can come from all of these concepts. So what is prompt engineering? Prompt engineering, that whatever we are doing today, every day, that whenever you are giving some input and system is generating some output. So you need to give up better, you can give better prompt. So, and that will not change the model. So that is the first thing or the easiest thing to customize your foundation model, and it will conquer the lowest cost. So no extra compute or retraining, just human time and skill. You do not need any model training part. Now, what is RAG or retrieval augmented generation? So here, suppose you are giving a question or you are asking a question to any chat GPT or anywhere, that give me the details of a specific company for HR. So what it need to do, it need to connect to that company's database, and it needs to find the relevant document. So this concept is actually called RAG in AI. So what it does, it uses external knowledge. FM means foundation model doesn't know that. So it cannot know everything, right? It will get the data from different documents. So here you do not need to change anything in foundation model. So what you need to do, you need to upload those documents. You need to build and maintain this retrieval pipeline and indexing data, hosting the infrastructure, but it is also not that costly. So while I'm saying all these things or explaining this concept, see this column cost level. So you need to remember this for the exam. So which one is the most costly and which one is the lowest? So prompt engineering is the lowest from the cost perspective. Now there are two kinds of fine tuning. So one fine tuning, here you are seeing this fine tuning part. This can be a domain level fine tuning. You want to train your model just for insurance domain. So you can do that. So obviously it needs a significant compute or specific kind of insurance specific data sets. You need some people for who has ML expertise. So obviously cost depends on the how much data, the data volume you have, the model size you want to build. And this foundation model is fine tuned with specific instructions. You need to give instructions. So there are two kinds of fine tuning. One is instruction based fine tuning, another is domain specific fine tuning. Along with that, there is a domain adaptation on fine tuning, that is we call continuous pre-training. So every time whatever the new changes are coming, you are trying to train the model again and again. So this is extremely compute intensive, often requiring supercomputers or large GPU kind of clusters. And typically, this model are required whenever your data set is very huge and you want every time that changes are very frequent and your model is not able to adapt it properly, and you are every time changing and repeatedly. And this is the highest type of cost that you need to pay. And there can be a questions in the actual exam giving all these options, and you need to choose which one is the lowest to highest in order. Okay, now the most exciting part, now going to the questions. So question number one, a company wants to build a ML application. Select and order the correct steps from the following list to develop a well-architected ML workload. Each step should be selected one time. So options are deploy model, develop model, monitor model, define business goal, and frame ML problem. These are very easy questions. What is the first thing? Any one of you can answer. So obviously, first thing is you need to define the business goal, right? So you need to have the business goal, then only you can develop something, right? Then you should develop something, develop the model, then you will deploy this thing model, then only you will monitor. So the answer should be first business goal you need to define and frame the ML problem. You need to understand the ML problem, then develop it, then deploy it, then monitor it. Okay, easy questions. A company is using a LLM on Amazon Bedrock to build a chatbot. The chatbot processes customer support requests. To resolve a request, the customer and the chatbot must interact a few times. Which solution gives the LLM the ability to use content from previous customer messages? So it is asking that ability to use the previous message that customer has given. So option A, turn on model invocation logging to collect messages. Option B, add messages to the model prompt. C, use Amazon personalized to save conversation history. D, use provision throughput for the LLM. Yeah, you might not know all of these options, but this in this video, whatever I was trying to tell you, all these things, the concept is the prompt engineering is the lowest kind of money you will spend, and with that you can actually do this kind of things. Whenever in any question in any AWS exam, it is not mentioned that which perspective they want, but it is kind of you need to understand that they are asking which is will be the most cost effective kind of solution. So here option A, if you see model invocation logging, you can log and collect messages, but it will not be easy for the LLM to use it, and every time it needs to find it in the LLM what is it's mentioned there. If you use Amazon Personalize, it's a specific type of service that on AI service that AWS has, but it's a personalized kind of uh, handling. It will not, you need to save the conversation history. So every time you need to retrieve it. So it will be time consuming kind of thing and obviously costly solution. Provision throughput, it nothing to related with this. It is needed whenever you want to build a custom model. So along of all of these options, so option B is the correct option, where you can just add messages your model prompt and you can see that it's correct or not. It is very easy for you from the solution perspective to understand what is the previous customer message. Question 3, a company wants to keep its foundation model relevant by using the most recent data. The company wants to implement a model training strategy that includes regular updates to the FM. Okay, regular update it's asking. So I already give the answer while explaining which solution meets these requirements. Batch learning, A, batch learning, B, continuous pre-training, C, static training, D, latent training. So I already told you the regular update, if any FM needs, that will be done only through continuous pre-training. Batch learning is a asynchronous kind of processing, so it's not that relevant. Question 4, a company wants to use a LLM to generate concise feature-specific descriptions for the company's products. Which prompt engineering technique meets this requirement? Okay, so just try to understand, generate concise feature-specific description. Okay. Option A, create one prompt that covers all products. So that if I'm not reading the entire thing, because you cannot write a prompt that covers all products. So because question is asking concise and feature specific descriptions for the product, so it cannot be the answer. Create prompts for each product category that highlight the key features, include the desired output format and length for each prompt response. It can be. C, include a diverse range of product features in each prompt to generate creative and unique descriptions. Okay. Option D, provide detailed product specific prompts to ensure precise and customized description. Okay, so option A is actually too broad and requires manual editing afterwards, so it is inefficient. Option B, it is actually good, it's better than A, but less precise because then product specific prompts. Here they are asking about they are mainly each product category that highlight the key features, include the desired output. Here unique details of individual products they might miss. So this is okay, but let's see other thing. C is here, uh, it is may generate creative but less focused on concise outputs. If you see, it's a diverse range of product, it's not saying on the output anything. D, whereas D, it ensures actually each prompt is tailored to the specific product features, because it's saying product specific prompts and leading to precise and customized, so concise descriptions right from the model's output. So D is a better answer than B. A and C, you can just say these are distractors. But from B and D, if you see here, product specific prompts, but here they are saying create prompts from each product category. And they are asking for company's product. So D is a better suitable, better answer for this question. Okay. So last question for this video. So which option is a benefit of ongoing pre-training when fine-tuning a foundation model? A, helps decrease the model's complexity. B, improves the model performance over time. C, decreases the training time requirement. D, optimizes model inference time. This is a very easy question. So pre-training, obviously what we are doing, it will improve the performance over time. Okay. So thank you for joining. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe, follow our channel. See you in our next video. So in our next video, we'll come up with inference, types of prompting, adversarial prompting, performance of optimization of prompts. So stay tuned. Thank you.